Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and today's video is a little dire because hospitals have faced the biggest cyber attack ever, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to be honest with you, I think cyber attacks are bad. I don't know where you got that idea out of my channel. I know, pretty raunchy thing for me to say. But there are two types of cyber attacks that I think are absolutely nefarious, and anybody committing them should go to the lowest layer of heck imaginable, okay? Are we good enough to say that word? Is that okay? I didn't use the one with the two L's. Anyway, let's talk to the guideline fairy. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the two attacks are generally going after a hospital where people could be dying. In fact, in such cases, there was actually a situation where one lawsuit had a baby, unfortunately, dying because of a ransomware attack on a hospital. You can read through this lawsuit yourself, but in this situation, a hospital known as the Spring Hill Memorial Hospital back in July 9, 2019 suffered a serious ransomware attack that blocked and encrypted the hospital's computer systems, network systems, and data thereof after the cyber attack. In the same day, Spring Hill Memorial Hospital told media outlets it experienced a network event, okay? Now, you can read more of this lawsuit, but it's a pretty sad situation where a baby, unfortunately, had passed away because care couldn't be provided. The other actual attack is hitting a children's hospital, okay? There was one where, like, sick kids, I think our premier, like, a children's hospital was attacked, and it was such a terrible situation that the attack that these, the people that hosted the tools, they sold a service for the ransomware, actually ended up giving the decryption tool out for free just because they felt it was so morally wrong to attack a children's hospital, okay? All right, where kids literally as young as 6 are fighting cancer. All right, it's a wild situation we live in. But to understand, attacking hospitals is not new. If you've ever talked to people working in hospital IT, I know friends who work in hospital IT will tell you this is an ongoing effort. Hospitals contain a lot of important data, personally identifiable data for a lot of individuals, as you can imagine, and those are usually ripe to attack. There's a lot of billing information that is also nice and ripe and juicy for people. So to understand, this large cyber attack comes at us through the lens of Prospect Media Holdings, which are a series of facilities that are actually based from California, but this attack extends all the way to other facilities in Texas, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and all the way to Pennsylvania, okay, literally a couple hours from me. They took their systems offline to protect them and launched an investigation with the help of third-party cybersecurity specialists, okay? So while our investigation continues, we are focused on addressing the pressing needs of our patients as we work diligently to return to normal operations. When you go to their website, you know, it's your standard Web 1.0 crap locations. Ooh, they're flexing their nationally recognized clinical quality. Usually when people get these 5-star grades, I kind of get scared about it because sometimes people don't look too hard into what the qualifications for some of these grades are. But I decided to dig a little bit deeper into these individuals. And it seems like Prospect Media Holdings is actually the slumlord for medical providers in the state of California, if not part of the United States. Now, for those of you who don't know what a slumlord is, slumlords are a landlord who tries to maximize profits by not maintaining properties until threats of condemnation and charges more than the property's worth. They usually own a lot of properties, and those properties usually are in a ghetto while they are living in gated communities and mansions. The reason why I made that comparison is when I looked into who this company was, it all became a little bit clearer to me. So on this article from ProPublica, they said investors extracted $400 million from a hospital chain that sometimes couldn't pay for medical supplies or gas for ambulances. Prospect Medical, which mostly serves low-income patients, see where the slumlord analogy came into, has suffered a litany of problems: broken elevators, dirty surgical gear, bed bugs, and more. Ooh. So again, one of the things that was mentioned on here, the litany goes on. Various Prospect facilities in California have had bed bugs in patient rooms, rampant water leaks from the ceilings, and what one hospital manager acknowledged to a state inspector looks like feces on the wall. A company consultant in one of Rhode Island's hospitals discovered dirty, corroded, and cracked surgical equipment in the operating room. These aren't mere anecdotes or anomalies, all but one of Prospect Hospital's rank below average in the federal government's annual quality of care assessments. Now, again, these are allegations, these are investigations into the U.S. health system. Now, looking into their entire Glassdoor reviews, they got like 2.5 stars, and there are definitely some reviews over here from anonymous employees that consider them to be some of the worst kind of companies, and this is their computer systems analysts for crying out loud. Pros, I have nothing nice to say. Everything is wrong with this company. Do your research about this company. Some of the reviews are like 3 stars. This is from a certified nursing assistant. Like, easy job to get there. That's enough to get 3 stars. And then like, very short-staffed, very low pay. I guess that lost to 2 stars. Jesus. This week, we have Black Hat USA 2023, Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas. Okay, you can even watch this virtually if you want. And this is where you're going to learn about some seriously nefarious cybersecurity things if that stuff kind of interests you, okay? I love how these things line up. These attacks have been going on since pre-2019, since 2015, if we're going to be honest. And since COVID, when like a lot of these information records were digitized and uploaded to cloud services, they've become even more of threats. They become even more of targets simply because for a lot of hackers, that information, that personally identifiable information, those billing systems are such juicy pieces of, things that they want to get into that they're willing to attack hospitals. They're willing to attack children's hospitals. They're willing to attack people that literally could die if systems get suspended, which in some cases, it's alleged to actually be that case. Now, according to ECHN right over here, they said Prospect Media facilities are experiencing IT complications. So if you look at what services are closed, they've got elective surgeries, GI procedures, outpatient medical imaging, outpatient blood draw, urgent care, and then the wound center. Elective surgeries, some people think are just like surgeries people do for the fun of it, like cosmetics, and I think that's what's included. But some of these can include like surgeries in regards to like kidney stones, serious situations that are usually like planned ahead of time versus like an immediate surgery, such as, when somebody's appendix blows up and there's like no option other than to put them under the knife and take care of it right there and then. Now, I really hope to God this is like their systems being attacked versus the billing systems, because I feel like for any healthcare provider to shut down in the United States, you got to be chasing their money first. And if that's the case, oh boy, I hope federal agencies clamp down on this stuff. Now, generally speaking, this is not as exciting as any other cyber attack that I've ever looked into, simply because this isn't really that well documented so far. There's not really any ransomware group that's come out and really screamed to the high heavens. And if there is, I'll edit it in later into the video. But generally, the situation, it seems over here, based on all the evidence we've read, some of it I agree is anecdotal and shouldn't be a hard link, but based on what I'm looking at into this situation, based on my assessment, this organization, this group of hospitals doesn't seem to be the most reputable, and it seems like, at least from what it seems the outside looking in, I really hope they never fired like IT staff, or they let go of these individuals, or laid off a group of individuals they didn't think were important enough into the company. People who do your IT or cybersecurity are literally your frontline defense. The moment you start like getting rid of them, you start opening up gaping holes in your security. And it seems that's what happened in this situation. And ultimately, the people that are going to suffer the most out of this are the people that actually need their care, people who have had their surgery suspended because of situations like this since Thursday. So hope to God that you guys didn't fucking axe your IT crew, because you needed them the most in this situation. And this should be a harrowing call to a lot of other companies that consider their IT staff replaceable. Look, this is a day and age where everything is digitized, okay? So if you don't have an IT staff, or if you don't consider them important, then you're putting the data of millions of people at risk, you're putting your own company at risk, and this could all simply have been avoided if you decided to hire a group of people to be your first line defense, your only defense against what hides behind the firewall. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the largest hospital cyber attack that's happened in quite a long time. And in my opinion, I really do feel like it could easily have been avoided. But hey, hopefully we find out what's more on down the road. Maybe there is a investigation by the state of California, as I believe there should be. There should be an FBI investigation, especially when it involves hospitals, which to me our critical infrastructure. So we'll see hopefully down the road, but yeah, this is what it turns out to be, man. It's a pretty shitty state of affairs. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.